stopping, homie, regardless. And I ain't stopping, no, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. Let's go. My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey, yo, that's me. I run it like a track meet, a rap fiend. I set the bar high like an athlete. Step in the booth and Zach gon' drop that 808. Cause the vibe is dope and the beat is cracking. Now it's getting laced. I'm sharp as a razor blade. I can blow your mind like JFK. I do what I want. You ain't gonna box me in like David.
What's good, everybody? I'm Danny D-Lo, and this is Danny D-Lo Biker TV. Once again, I'm gonna take it old school again, because you know what? It seemed like you guys really enjoyed last night's show. You guys really told me a lot of cool stories about your first bikes and all of that stuff. So in this episode, I want to talk about the first time we got introduced to the MC world, to the biker world. Now, me, myself, I wasn't introduced to the MC world until I moved up to Wisconsin. In Chicago, you know, I was a street dude, you know, so I was always on the street banging and slanging, you know. But after a while, I mean, I was around a couple little clubs and stuff. There's a Latino club over on, I'm not going to say their name, of course, but really cool dudes that were over. I think their clubhouse was like by Fullerton and Kedzie, somewhere in that area. You know, I'd been around them, you know, a handful of times. They were pretty cool dudes back in the day. Stuff like that, but I never really involved myself around the club world at all. I just rode a crotch rocket and did wheelies and had a good time with the girls and stuff, you know, with the homies. And but when I moved to Wisconsin, I think I was here for maybe about a year, and I started working at a bar. And next thing I knew, the owner wanted me to help him manage the bar. And this bar, it was owned and operated by one of the local, well, the local dominant. And that's how I got introduced to the MC world. I got introduced like right away, top of the food chain. You know, I didn't go through the support club, the small mom and pop club, and kind of work my way up like most people. I went straight to the top right away, I guess. And it was just, you know, it was where I worked at, you know. So I got introduced to these brothers and stuff, and they were really cool dudes. A couple of them guys took me under their wing and stuff. I used to kick it with them and hang out with them all the time. And, you know, then I started wearing support gear and just hanging out with them. You know, I never joined or nothing like that. The club at that time wasn't, it just wasn't for me, you know. And honestly, at that time, you know, I was in that part of my life where I was trying to go a different path. And I knew by hanging out with certain kinds of people, my mentality was always going to go back to the street. And I was trying not to. So I backed away from that and kind of went my own way after a couple years of being around. But they were cool dudes, man. And I remember, you know, like you guys have seen me say, I remember my first support shirt. You know, when guys start talking that smack and they're just a supporter, they're nobody. I was that guy too, you know. I normally don't speak on anything unless I've experienced it. Like, I've been a part of it, I've done it, you know what I mean? And we've all been there, you know. And I got my first support shirt, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I thought I was top of the world, man. Like, I thought I was God's gift to the world. I thought I was the coolest dude on the street. There was no better feeling than putting my support shirt on and a support hat on and riding my bike and just, you know, me mugging everybody, you know, and being a hard ass, you know. Of course, later on, I got G-checked about all that. And then it was time to start learning this world, learning the game, and chilling out the cool guy act, you know. And, you know, I just remember, man, I'm around all these dudes, man, and I'm like, damn, man, like, you know, these guys are they're the guys, you know, they're the top of the world, you know. And I gotta be honest, man, you know, there was no better feeling to me like when I would ride in a pack with these guys and we'd show up somewhere and like the whole world just bowed to us. when we showed up. Like, we get off our bikes and everybody was just like, the so-and-sos are here, you know? And girls come flocking, guys would run away. We would just take over a bar, you know, but not like violently, you know what I mean? Like, everybody would leave because they were scared, you know what I'm saying? And we would just be kicking it, having a good time, tip the bartender real well, and be about our way, you know? So, I mean, it was good times, man. It was a lot of fun. There's no better feeling than riding in a pack, first of all. I don't care. I don't care who you are, you know, as long as if it's club related, or even if it's just a group of brothers that just ride, you know, real tight. There's no better feeling than having 20 or 30 dudes with you, and you're all riding side by side, right next to each other, on top of each other. You're a couple of feet apart from in front and back, and you're just rolling, man. Just rolling. There's I can't express it. Like, even if you're an independent, I suggest, if you haven't already, ride with a pack of one percenters once if you can. And let me tell you something, man. There's no better feeling. No better feeling. And you know, experiencing all that, man. Like this world wasn't new to me. It was actually a slower pace than what I was used to. You know, but it was still cool though, man. It was super cool. You know, I remember being on the corner when a certain situation had happened a long time ago when I was a little shorty, when I was a kid. And, you know, I saw something happen, whatever. And after that, I saw them all taking off in a pack. And I'm like, man, that's just cool. There's nothing cooler than a pack taking off, man. Blocking traffic and everybody just rope. It's just, man, it's so cool. It's so cool. So, after hanging out a little bit, getting to know the ropes, being taught pretty much every move there is to make, you know, I kind of slowed my roll and backed off from the club scene. And then later on, quite a few years later, I came around another small support club and hung out with them a little bit. Started to prospect, and I was like, nah, you know, I had to rag on for a night. And I'm like, nah, you know what? This ain't for me. You know, I think I'm too serious for this world. You know, I think I'm just a different dude, man. You know, I was already a one percenter my whole life by definition, you know. And then when I got groomed by one of the biggest 1% clubs in the world, when I got groomed by them, there's just no other way of going after that. For me, there wasn't, you know, like being around a support club was like, nah, I'm not this guy, you know, I'm one of those guys, you know. So I backed off of that, and I kind of disappeared from the limelight for many years after that too, you know. And then later on, you know, obviously, I finally decided to join a club, and I joined one of the big four. And you know, I was in it for a short time. I wasn't in it real long, but let me tell you something, man. That feeling I told you guys about, that there's no better feeling than riding in a pack with these guys. There is one better feeling than that feeling. And that feeling I'm talking about is actually being a member of that pack. There was no, hands down, no better feeling than wearing your rags with your brothers, riding together. Always riding, never hiding, baby. Now that was the best feeling in the world. Best feeling. Still miss it, still love it, still love hearing about it, watching it, love it all. But as we all know, I stepped away, and that's that. I'm good. But I want to hear what you guys got to say, man. What was the first time that you got introduced to the MC world? How did it make you feel? You know, was you new to it? Was it kind of not new to you? You know, stuff like that. Like I said, man, there was just so much cool stuff going on, man. You know, parties and hanging out and messing with women and you know, and hanging out, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing better, man. It was cool. It was real cool shit. And even though I don't go around certain people no more, you know, I still remember those times back in the day. And it was cool. It was a lot of fun, man. It really was. So tell me what you guys have to say. Tell me your stories. I really enjoyed you guys like hitting me up and telling me about the first bike you got, how you got it, first time you rode and all that. You know, that was really awesome, man. I like interacting with you guys. I like hearing your stories. Sometimes it inspires me to do other videos and stuff like that. Actually, my last video, so I don't know if it was my neighbor. I really don't. But it sounded like by the comment he made, it sounded like it was my neighbor. So it's possible that my neighbor that I was talking about, that gave me the cool guy nod, him and his wife, it sounds like he may possibly watch me, which is really cool. It really is. But that inspired me, even if it ain't true, it still inspired me to do tomorrow's video. And tomorrow's video is, you don't know who you talking to until you know and it's too late, basically. This situation obviously ain't nothing like that, but it made me think about it. It's like, you know, here I am on national TV, basically. I'm broadcasting across the whole world, and I'm calling my neighbor weird, and I stand by that. Don't get me wrong, he's a weirdo. But the good thing is about being a weirdo in the biker world, dude, is we don't care. We don't judge you. We just don't, because we're all weird in our own way. You know what I mean? So that's the beautiful part about being in the biker world, that you can be weird. You can be an asshole. You can be a jerk. You can be opinionated. You can be whatever you want in the biker world. Everybody's going to respect it one way or another, as long as you earn that respect. You know what I mean? So that really made me think, like, you know, because I tell people that all the time on here, on TikTok. You know, people get all keyboard tough, you know, and they start talking smack, and, you know, if I saw you, I would do this, and you wouldn't do nothing. You wouldn't do shit. You would probably walk away if you saw me live in person. I know you would. I've seen it happen millions of times already in my life. So pay attention for tomorrow's video. Actually, the next video I'm gonna pop out. Not sure how I'm gonna title it yet, really. Maybe you guys can give me some opinions on that. But basically, you don't know who you're messing with until it's too late. Maybe that'll be the heading. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until the next episode, you know the drill. We're gonna keep it real and keep it 100. Peace.